your ancestors really want to speak to you, and you will find that in silence and in solitude and stillness. Welcome to the Angelic Hotline, where divine messages are just a call away. Take a deep breath and prepare to receive this activation. Sup, shorties? I'm back looking to the left. Welcome back to the Angelic Hotline. Today, I'm stuttering. Maybe that's your energy. We're just going to see what the message is. Why am I just stalling? I feel like your energy must be very stuttery, very nervous. My throat was itching. My neck is itching. Before I turn this message on, I heard dreamscapes. I've been called to use the Black Tarot deck. One of my faves. But, 10 of Wands at the bottom. But, let's see what I keep hearing ancestors. So maybe we're speaking to the ancestors today. See what the ancestors have to say. I think you have ancestors that are wanting to speak to you. So, let's see. Calling on. Ooh, my ear's itching. My right ear is itching. My right usually has to do with masculinity. So, when I flip the deck over, excuse me. 10 of Wands is at the bottom. So, lady carrying bags, I automatically heard baggage. There's some baggage that you've been carrying. And I've heard, let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation with something. So, I think your ancestors want to get into space with you. Want you to go out to nature. Want you to connect with them. A place full of silence. Maybe you've been distracting yourself. You've been having a lot of things in your environment that have been distracting you from solitude and really sitting still. And your ancestors really want to speak to you, and you will find that in silence and in solitude and stillness, going outside for a walk. Also, 3 of Coins came up. Shows a woman painting. I feel like art is something that's a part of your life, or you're creative. So I think when you're in those creative modes, when you're really like hands-on with something, you're in this meditative trance-like state, that's when your ancestors come through, and ideas and newness blossom from your inner world. Hot 2 of Baskets in reverse. So we're talking about blossoming and blooming. They're carrying 2 crates of flowers, but it was in reverse. So Daughter of Coins, beautiful card. I'm hearing that you're being emptied out right now. You're being emptied out right now. You previously have been in a position to receive. I keep seeing white flowers, daisies, dandelions. Maybe that resonates. Also, I'm feeling like this mumbo jumbo I keep hearing, but like this chaotic, overfilling thoughts, a lot of thoughts, randomly, anxiety, like your mind has just been all over the place. But your ancestors are saying, like, when you get to a space of solitude, when you get to a space of stillness, they keep bringing me back to that point, that is when you will hear us. That is when you will find peace. Daughter of Coins, they look at you like a daughter. And the horse is white, representing purity. When you get connected with nature, when you get connected with animals, when you get connected with your inner child, you will find that peace that you've been looking for. When you get in connection with your inner creativity, go inward, spend more time with your inner child. There's something about playfulness. You've been very disconnected from that playfulness in your life. I feel like you've been working so hard. Ooh, excuse me, confirmation burp. But it's like, I'm feeling the tightness in my chest. But this reading, this energy is like all over the place. Like you just don't know what to do right now. You've been so focused on issues at hand, monetary issues, relationship issues, job issues. Things are overwhelming you to the point where you don't know what you're doing, you don't know who you are. You've gotten so far away from your playfulness. I feel like you used to be a person that was in touch with your inner child. You were in touch with play, you were in touch with excitement, you were in touch with enthusiasm, creativity, things of that nature. And you've gotten away from that. You've gotten away from that. My left knee is itching. It's a lot of itching going on. Ooh, it's a lot of itching going on. So maybe you're just like very antsy, very like my back, my knee, my neck is itching. Maybe it's just like this energy of just anxiousness of like like you're all over the place. I hope this is resonating. Because this energy is very like aloof, so it's really hard to interpret and distort. It's almost like there's a mysteriousness behind the message. There's a mysteriousness or sacredness behind this period of your life. You've been in a period of isolation. So it's very hard to see beneath the veil. I see like a cloak, like a black cloak and a black hood over your head, or just some type of like when you get married, they pull the veil over your head, but it's black. There's been some type of mysteriousness. You've been keeping yourself close to yourself. You've been really just like distant from people, holding things close to your chest, and just not allowing yourself to really ask for help when you need it. Man, this is a very strong energy. Angels, I ask for clarification. I ask that you make this message clear, not only for me, but for the collective, for the good of all, to give clarity on what it is that they need to hear. I know they have been struggling with clarity, but please make this message clear. Please, I'm just going to burn this to just clear you of any blockages, because I feel like there's a lot of thick energy that you're dealing with, a lot of blockages, a lot of chaos. So I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and focus on something that brings you joy, something that brings you happiness. Sending love and light your way, cleansing the energy of confusion, of lack, of chaos. Allowing the angels to transmute this energy for you as a way to transmute it for your highest good. I feel like some light language is coming through, so just allow yourself to receive. Anashiku hashtaish. Anashiku hatashi namanai. Hanaposhinai shitai shamana shatai. Unahana shita. Transmutation, transmutation. Take a deep breath in. Hanashu. 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 Deep breath in. One more time. All right. Thank you for receiving that activation. So now we will allow clarity to come through, because something about this energy, or the energy, your energy in particular, is all over the place. It's chaotic. And it's been hard to break through. I feel like your ancestors have been trying to talk to you, but you just ain't been paying attention. Or you see it, but you ignore it. It's a lot of ignoring. But I'm hearing that because of your lack of lack of accountability, yes, must be in whatever situation you're in. Because of your lack of wanting to pay attention, you have been, your judgment, not 11 o'clock, your judgment has been clouded. Your judgment has been foggy. Your mind's been foggy because you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. You're not taking responsibility for what you need to take responsibility for. You have all these things in front of you that you're trying to take on for yourself, but you need to ask for help. You need to ask for help from your family, your friends, whoever's in your corner that are willing to help you. You need to ask for help from your ancestors because you got the magic. I keep hearing, this is me, where it's like, you're crying over somebody, but you're a witch. You're a witch. Like, if you don't make a spell for that or transmute that shit. So I feel like you are very intuitive. Maybe you have a practice, a spiritual practice of your own. Maybe you're a practicing self-proclaimed witch, that you have this power. You have these spells, but you're forgetting who you are. You have access to these spirits, these ancestors, your angels, your spirit teams, deities that you work with, but you're so tapped in and connected to earth. You're so focused on, confirmation burp. I'm sorry. You're so focused on earthly problems that you forget about your spiritual path and the access that you have and the resources and the wisdom to help you on this journey. I feel like you need to find a balance between the physical and the spiritual to find a common ground to help you walk this path. Yes, there are issues that are in your life that are serious, that need attention, but also remember that as above, so below. A lot of things that we experience are spiritual. And so you need to 10:44 on the clock. So you need to find a way to get to the root cause of the issue that you have. A lot of times it is spiritual. And so the cards that I pulled earlier, you have lack of direction because you're not taking responsibility for what it is that you need to take responsibility for. Put down all of this shit you've been carrying and finally take responsibility so that source can give you what you need, give you the clarity that you need, give you whatever it is that you're asking for, give you the resources to provide. Ask for help. In this scenario, you're not the one giving it out. You're the one that's asking for help. You need to ask for help. Source is ready to provide for you. Source is ready to give you what you need. Page of Wands and Knight of Swords. Expeditiously. Again, the white horse. Allow yourself to be in a state of innocence. Allow yourself to be in a state of receptivity. Almost like you're the child. Source, angels, guides, ancestors, whoever you work with, or whatever deity or whatever the case may be, act as if you are their child. When you put yourself in that position, you allow yourself to think, oh, as a child, children depend on their parents or depend on their guardian or caretaker to take care of them. There's a sense of no worry because you're a child. You just focus on your life, living your life. You're not worrying about how you're going to get your next meal 12 on a timer. You're not worried about how you're going to get clothes or shoes or whatever because you know that your parent is going to provide for you. So do the same when you're working with said entity or said deity or divine source that you're working with, knowing that you're always going to provide. For some reason, I'm getting like a scripture, a story in the Bible specifically that talks about God. If God provides for the birds to make sure the birds have everything that they need to eat, why would God not make sure that you have everything you need? Why would Source provide for the animals, provide for the spiders, the ants, provide for just these animals and not provide for you? You're a being that deserves to receive everything that it is that you need. So allow yourself to be in a state of vulnerability and ask for help. Source is wanting to work with you, wanting to give you everything that you need. I don't feel like there's much more from this reading because I hear that everything is going to be clear. The energy just feels very clear. The path feels open because once you open your heart, you allow yourself to receive what it is that you need. Whew, wow, I pulled the Sun and the Moon card. Moon is the shadow side, Sun is the light side. But this time, the Sun was in reverse, right? That's white again, purity. So what it shows to me is that, yes, you're leaning more into your shadow side because you're allowing sadness, possibly depression and anxiety control you, but you need to come back into balance. Your light is dwindling. I need you to lean in to that support. Ask for help. Ask for what you need to find the balance of the Sun and the Moon. The Sun and the Moon work together. Ace of Wands, baby. Two is better than 1. 4 is better than 2. There's a community of people that are willing to work with you and help you. Balance. Look at the tree. To me, that represents the tree of life. God is the source. Source is the source. Source is not called source for nothing. God is the source, the ultimate source to provide you with what you need. But when you come into balance with you and the universe, you and your ancestors, you and your angels, you will collaborate and find what you need. It's almost like they're bowing down to the roots and the source of the tree, getting what they need. So I feel like there's nothing else in this reading, because at first it was a little hard to decipher, but I understand that you're in a space of needing to move past this blockage. But I think you can by asking for help. I think it was simple, clear as day. Even though I want to continue with this reading because I love reading, I think that's it. Ask for help. You know what you need to do. I don't need to tell you anything else. 15:15 on the timer. And you know what you need to do. You're an intuitive. So love you guys so much. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe to build our community. If you want to continue to hang out with me or be around like-minded people, I have my Patreon community where we do collective readings. We do intimate workshops on healing. I also do monthly meditations. So check that out, and I'll see y'all in the next reading.